bullshit with KLK. What's up, y'all? Well, I made this video about Matthew Perry passing when it happened. And then I thought, I'm not going to put that out, actually. I'm going to wait for the coroner's report. And the coroner's report has confirmed what I was thinking all along. Matthew, yes, had stopped abusing street drugs, all the rest of that, alcohol, but he was on ketamine therapy. And it's come out that he had an enormous amount in his system. So he went to therapy a week before and got his dosage, which lasts 3 hours. And then he passes away a week and a half later. And they have said that he had exceptionally high doses of it in his blood. But he also was on another drug to help him with his opioid addiction, which sounds like methadone. I don't know what you call it in your country, but it's the synthetic drug bupropion. I can't even say the frickin' word. It's like basically a synthetic form of an opioid. So mix those two together. What happens? Your breathing gets real slow, your heart gets slow, and it even states here that high doses of ketamine will give you a hallucinogenic state and you can just slip away. And that's what I was feeling. I was feeling that's happened like an accident, or he's done it to himself. So now we're going to watch the video I made when it happened a few months ago. And we'll look at all his Instagram posts that were very cryptic. And I didn't know this information at the time, but his Instagram posts were pretty out there, which indicated to me that he was abusing something. And now that it is confirmed that he was abusing ketamine, and who knows, he could have even been abusing the methadone, the synthetic opioid replacement to stop him taking drugs. So let's watch this and you will see, all you conspirators out there, that it was not murder, it was not self-harm, it was an accident. And yeah, it's really sad. It's a sad, sad day. You know what? At the end of the day, drugs are pretty sad. They can help you in a clinical setting, but out of a clinical setting, that's when things go awry, doesn't it, Matt Man? Anyway, rest in peace, buddy, and thanks for the laughs. Well, very sad news, everybody. One of everyone's favorite Friends characters has passed away. Matthew Perry, at 54. He apparently drowned in his hot tub. Interesting. But let's have a look at his posts over the past few weeks. And it's interesting. He only put his book out on I think it was the 1st of November. Weird. Anyways, let's have a look at his posts over the weeks and see if we can get any ideas, because a lot of people think there's foul play involved. I personally think he fell off the wagon and was back on it, if you know what I mean. He talks a lot about his drug addictions, alcohol addictions, all the rest of it. Maybe the book was his final hurrah and he'd already decided to say, bye-bye world. I don't know. That's just my theory. But there's a lot of people in the comments thinking he was trying to send out a signal. Now, this was the last photo he had taken with his father. And it was, how many weeks ago? 2 weeks ago. And then all of a sudden, he starts putting up Batman stuff. And he refers to himself as Matman. Interesting. I'm sure he always called himself that. Maybe he thought he was invincible. Maybe he thought he was a Dark Knight. I'm not too sure. But this is him in his bedroom filming that he's about to watch Batman. So, a lot of people think he was trying to tell the world what was going on. Now, he's already got the Batman signal on his roof. He obviously loved Batman. Don't get weird, people. You can look into things real deep, but sometimes I think, you know, he was not well. And maybe he found out some serious health news and just thought, F it. Done my book, said my piece. Now what? So, yeah. The Batman thing, a lot of people started to go and check on this dude because he's putting up some weird posts. Now, this one in particular is the bat signal over water. Interesting considering the way he passed. And what did he say here? Sleep well, everybody. I've got the city tonight. Matman. To me, that sounds like someone who's, on something. And then he mentions that Matman plays pickleball. Alrighty. What's the comment that he wrote here? It is, what the fuck? Alrighty. So I think we all remember when old mate Charlie Sheen was on a bender. He was posting and saying weird stuff. And, he had tiger's blood, all of that. And now we've... Hey, Murphy! Sorry, my cat just had to say her piece. And then he said, all I've eaten today are these. Cranberries. And I don't know if you recall, but the lead singer of the Cranberries, Dolores O'Riordan, she actually passed away from intoxication from alcohol and drowning. Now, if I was to be a conspirator, I would think that post is the weirdest. Not all the Batman stuff. Because he also did. He also drowned and was off his chops on something. Probably alcohol and drugs. So to me, that post is the only one that gave me the goosebumps. Because I'm like, yeah, that's freaking weird. So, yeah, he's purposely putting that post up. Doesn't that indicate that maybe he's just going to go out the same way? Like, do it to himself? If you feel me. But who knows, man? Who knows? Is that all he's eating because he's just drinking all the time? You can look at it in many different ways. There could be foul play because the homicide squad were there investigating the scene. Who knows? Who bloody knows? And then he puts up this one saying, do you know what I mean? And it's Batman in a pumpkin for Halloween. But anyways, let's keep moving. And then the next one was of a half moon saying, do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? I'm Matman. Rightio. If I read that a week ago, I would have been like, yeah, no, he's off the wagon and he's indulging in copious amounts of substances. Hey, let's just say that word, substances, because I don't think YouTube will delete my video for that one. But apparently he passed away on a full moon. That was the week before. Interesting. Once again, very ambiguous statements that he's making. So the very last post he did put up was a week ago of him in the hot tub saying, oh, so warm water swirling around makes you feel good. I'm Matman. Rightio. Well, that's, it's bloody cryptic. But it is weird that he did pass away in that same hot tub a week later. I mean, read that post that someone's put up. It's quite thorough and talks about, they are saying that all the things that he's put up are quite cryptic. Like maybe he knew it was about to happen. And I don't know why people go straight to Moida, You don't have to go straight to that because, believe it or not, a lot of people do it to themselves. And I think that's maybe what happened. I honestly, in my heart of hearts, think that maybe he, not some nefarious dark night activity, if you know what I mean. I think that he may have started abusing drugs again, and then he's just like, oh man, I'm a bloody idiot. And because he's been, on the wagon, not taking them, quite often, that's when people do pass away, even if it's accidental or on purpose, because they take way too much, because he used to take 55 Vicodin a day. That's a lot. So when he's, back doing it again, maybe he did that. And maybe he just slipped down into the water and went night-night. I mean, it's a really sad story. He's only 54. And he was on one of the greatest sitcoms of all time. I mean, personally, Friends wasn't my favorite because at that time Seinfeld was out and that was my favorite. But, I mean, it's iconic. It's one of the hugest sitcoms that has ever been made, like Seinfeld. And he was a very funny dude. But he struggled big times. Really big times. But someone mentioned in these posts here that he hadn't posted anything on Instagram for 6 months. Now, is that suspicious? Well, I certainly don't think so, because you know why? He just put a book out, and it could be the PR team. They're ramping up PR. Did you ever think about that? I mean, the last post was talking about Elon Musk making a silent, leaf blower. But PR teams just say, send us what, the photos or the videos you've been doing lately, and we'll work it out. We'll put it up on your Insta. He might not even be posting this himself. Generally, famous people have a PR team and they send off stuff, and that's how it rolls. And they may have thought, all these Batman, videos and photos that he's put up, they kind of go well with the book, because he refers to himself as Batman. And as we know, Batman was a dark knight. Mathew had a lot of darkness. He had a lot of sadness, and he, had a lot of drug problems. So I just think, I hope it's not Moida. I really do. But at the end of the day, I think it was either an accident or he had planned to do it. That's what I'm feeling. And the Cranberries one, that's the most cryptic one, because, as we know, about the Cranberries lead singer, Dolores, passing away from intoxication in water. To me, that is the weirdest one. Batman, yeah. He's not sending out signals saying someone's trying to unalive him. I don't think that. I honestly think he was letting everybody know. Because after that post with the Cranberries, what does he keep putting up? Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I mean? He was being cryptic, but interesting. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he liked the Cranberries. Maybe he knew this about Dolores. It's just like, I just don't think Moida. The plot thickens. Hopefully we'll find more out, but I highly doubt it, because he was there alone. And obviously there's CCTV. He's a very wealthy man. He lives in the Hollywood Hills in a mansion, and everything's going to be looked at. And I honestly feel that it's just another tragic story of a famous person slipping away due to drug abuse. You know what I mean? You feel me? You dig? Because everyone started coming out saying, Whitney passed away in a bathtub, Aaron Carter in a bathtub, Whitney's daughter in a bathtub, Jeff Buckley in the river, Jeff Buckley's son in the river. It's like when someone famous passes away in a strange situation, everyone wants to leap straight to Moida, but it's like, it happens. Shit happens. People do it every day. Unalive them own selves. So it's like, why not think of that first? That's just me. Maybe I'm not as cynical. I just don't know. But I just thought I'd put my 2 cents in, just to show that there is other things that maybe you should look at. Like, especially since they are avid drug addicts. I mean, seriously, all those people I mentioned had drug problems, alcohol problems. It's like, you don't think that maybe they weren't thinking straight and they did that on purpose? It's like, to me, that's the first thing I thought of. But then I went to the interwebs, and everyone's like, oh my God, it's foul play. It's like, I don't know, man, I don't know. Anyways, rest in power, Mathew Perry. You made a lot of people laugh, but sadly not yourself as much as you did the world. Bit of a sad one today, but I thought I should cover this because it's a pretty big story. And I'm always amazed with how much comes out after someone passes away and they immediately say it's Moida. But anyways, I'm gonna love you and leave you, and I will see you on the flip side. Remember to subscribe, like, and all the burp. And cheers, ballers.
Hold on, we fell in love. You remember the time? How could I love again? You remember it? Hold on, we fell in love. You remember the time? How could I love again?